Rescue operations in Malaysia and Thailand are being stepped up to deal with flooding caused by days of heavy monsoon rains. Tens of thousands of people have been moved to safety in the second successive year of seasonal floods in both countries. In Thailand, the army has been airlifting stranded villagers to safety.
This is the moment a family was dramatically rescued from the rooftop of their almost submerged house in Hat Yai, southern Thailand. Large parts of the city are underwater, following the biggest single-day downpour in Hat Yai in more than 300 years.
I've lost everything in the flood. My whole house is flooded and all 4 vehicles, 2 cars and 2 motorcycles are underwater. I've lost everything.
It's a similar story in multiple provinces across Thailand and neighbouring Malaysia, as rescue teams attempt to help residents by whatever means possible. Those that can be rescued on 2 or 4 wheels are the lucky ones, given how many roads and bridges have been destroyed in the flooding. For many, rescue by boat is the only option, with water levels reaching more than 2 metres in some places. Helicopters try to reach whoever's left, often simply to provide crucial food, water and medical supplies to those stranded atop buildings. In extreme cases, to transfer critical patients to nearby hospitals. Choosing who to help first is a massive task in itself.
The
current is quite strong in the area we went to. We found a dead body and we found locals who want to be evacuated. But we went to help sick people and give food and water to them.
Many of those fortunate enough to have been rescued are taken to evacuation centres like this one in Hat Yai. Now the wait for updates on loved ones begins. With more than 2 million people estimated to be affected by the floods, emergency workers face an enormous battle in the days ahead.
Let's bring in journalist Tommy Walker here. He is in the Thai city of Hat Yai, which has been declared a disaster zone due to the flooding. Tommy, fill us in on the situation there. What's happening?
Yes, well, I'm at Hat Yai International Airport, which is probably one of the safest and driest places in the city. There are people who are staying here, who have been here for days, waiting for these floods to reduce so they can go home. But right now, that's not the case. Further out of the airport into the city, it's very evident of how severe these floods are. Within a few kilometres earlier, the network cut out of my internet on my phone. The flooding came on highways. There was trucks and cars that looked like had been hit by the waves of this flooding. There was cars submerged. There were people using jet skis to try and get over the water. It really was chaotic. The authorities are trying their best to access the people who are trapped. As we can see, military are providing aid and trying to relieve people. There is an evacuation order for Hat Yai, but right now there are many people who are trapped within the city, and that's one of the government's main focuses, is getting them out and providing relief.
We just saw some pictures of military personnel and helicopters dropping aid to stranded residents. The government has deployed troops in the affected areas. What does that tell us about the severity of the flooding?
Yes, well, I mean, this part of the world, Hat Yai, over the years has grew. It's got a lot of urban development, and because of that, it's created more funnel areas within the city, which then creates more flooding because there's the water drainage system is quite poor. Reservoirs of storage limit have overflowed and canals as well. So, this part of the world is prone to this sort of flooding. Monsoons have contributed, as well as the drainage system. So it's a massive effort for authorities to try and relieve and to try and get people out. We've already obviously heard about people who have been killed, and that number's likely to rise. We've heard many military helicopters in the sky today, desperately trying to reach those people in need. The weather doesn't seem to be clearing up. It has been overcast, hasn't been raining in the last few hours, but we're expected more tonight, tomorrow, and on Friday. So, there could be more rain and more flooding coming our way.
How are people in the flood-hit regions dealing with what's happening there, Tommy?
Well, I spoke to a few people here at the airport earlier. One man from Australia had just flew in and he was about to go and see his wife. He's stuck here because he can't get to his home. His wife is somehow surviving in her home at the top floor of her house. People are just clinging on. You know, some houses are flooded from ground to first floor. If people are lucky enough to have a multi-story building, they can go to the top floor. People are climbing to roofs, as we've seen in images in the last few days. So people are really surviving here. Again, monsoons and phenomenons and flooding isn't new, but of course, this flooding is some of the worst in decades. People are just trying to survive and again, trying to get out of the city, really. And that shows because of the amount of hotels that are outside of the city have been booked out. You cannot get a room in Hat Yai in the dry areas. Absolutely zero. So people are doing all they can to get out of this flooding area.
Tommy, thank you very much. Journalist Tommy Walker there in Hat Yai, Thailand.
Thank you.